Why Art by cartoonist Eleanor Davis is a thought-provoking graphic novel that invites the reader into deep thought and basically challenges everything one knows about art. The work begins with classifying artworks into abstract categorizations such as color and size, and is entirely vacant of any conventional narrative. However, the plot slowly develops into describing the unpredictable yet adventurous experiences of artists and art making. In Why Art, the idea of art as a powerful force is a recurring theme. One of the early stages where the impactful nature of art is mentioned is when talking about shadow box artworks, which brings us to the first passage I want to talk about. Shadow box artworks can let you leave your ordinary life completely. The reason why this particular passage is important is because later on in the novel, the characters use this power of shadow box artworks to their advantage. When the apocalypse takes place, the artists dive into a shadow box artwork as an alternate reality to escape their utter destruction. As the story goes on and the characters settle in their new reality, now that most of their artworks have been destroyed, eventually, as a way of connecting with their past, their creativity evolves into building tiny sculpture versions of themselves. Because we built these tiny versions ourselves, we made them a little closer to how we'd like to actually be. The reason why this passage is important when thinking about the idea of power is because it shows how art allows for deviance from any one version of a conscious mind. Anyone can simultaneously be multiple versions of themselves. This idea is what leads to the quite thought-provoking turn of events near the end of the story. The characters, who are now the creators of the tiny people resembling them, end up producing the exact same apocalypse they experienced onto the tiny people and ask them, "Show us how to be brave. Show us how to save ourselves." This passage is crucial. It strikes the reader with an entanglement between life and death, past and present, and reality and truth. While at first it may seem as an attempt to express art making as another means of controlling the world and perception, a deeper take on the text reveals the metaphysical impact of art on people's lives. Art amplifies our sense of self-awareness, to exist and to look upon yourself and know that you exist. The novel ends with immediately confronting the reader with a whole page splash of solid black, a representation of the type of artwork that makes our heads spin and we'd rather forget. Perhaps Eleanor Davis uses Why Art as a metaphysical exploration of the idea of art, to make the point that we as individuals would rather forget the underlying truth to our existence, where time, space, meaning, and purpose are irrelevant. My question for you is, how do you define art, and what role does it play in your life? Thank you for listening.